So it says that t is equal to a minus 2b over b squared. A equals 42.1 correct to one decimal place. B is 7.52 correct to two decimal places. By considering bounds, work out the value of t to a suitable degree of accuracy. Now, whenever you see these questions, right, where it says by considering bounds, you have to calculate both the upper and lower bound. Right now, that's of t. Now, remember, t is a fraction, right? So, firstly, how do we maximize a fraction and minimize it, right? I always just do it like this. So let's say I've got a upper bound. Let's say for example, t is equal to x divided by y, right? Then how can I make this the upper bound, right? Well, I would want the numerator to be as big as possible. So I would say x upper like that, and the denominator I want it to be as small as possible. So y low like that. Yeah, that would be the upper bound of t if it was just something divided by the other. And then the lower bound would just be that same thing but flipped. So I would want the lower bound to be on the numerator and the upper bound to be on the denominator because the bigger the number you divide by, the smaller the number it gets overall. Does that make sense so far, guys? Just before we continue. Yeah. So with that being said, what I'd want to do, because the numerator isn't just a singular term, it's a minus 2b. So I'd want to make the numerator as big as possible and the denominator and the so yeah, I'd want to make the numerator as big as possible and also small as possible to find the different bounds. Yeah. So let me write again. So I'm gonna have t is equal to a minus 2b over b. Now let's firstly get the bounds for each of these. So a is 42.1 correct to two decimal places. So all you need to do to get the upper lower bound, right? Is literally put a zero there. That's a 10. Let me write here. 42.10, like that. That number after the decimal place, you add and take five from it. So if I add 5 to 10, it's going to be 15. So that's going to be the upper bound. If I take five away from it, it's going to be five. So it's going to be 42.05. And that is going to be the upper and lower bound of 42.1. Do you guys agree with that? Is everybody happy with that? Just before I continue? Make sense? Yeah. Good. And then now, the next one for B is going to be B low, B upper. So from here, again, look at the number after decimal place. It's 520 if I put a zero there. Add and take five from that. So if I add five, it's going to be 72.525. If I take five, it's going to be 515, isn't it? Sorry, 7.515. Does that make sense, guys? Are we happy with that? All good with the boundaries? Just before I continue, just want to wait for you guys to just say yes or no, so I know that we're all good. Yeah, good stuff. So now remember, oh, I forgot the squared, by the way, on the denominator. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So now if I want the upper bound, for example, right, then I know that I'm going to need to make the numerator as big as possible, right? Now the numerator is a minus 2b. So which boundaries do you think I'm going to use? Well, I want it to be as big as possible. This number is positive. It's being added, right? So it's going to be, I need the upper bound, right? Because I want it to be as big as possible. This thing is being taken away. We're taking away 2b. So which boundary am I going to use for b, guys, to get that? We want to make it as big overall, right? The thing that we're taking away, we want it to be as small as possible, right? So it's going to be the lower bound I'm going to use here. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. And again, the denominator for upper of a fraction, the denominator has to be the lower bound as well. So it's going to be b low squared. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. Everybody happy with that just before I continue? Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in. It's going to be 42.15 minus um two lots of the lower bound of b, which is 7.515 over um that same number squared, like that. So I'll put it into the calculator and see what we get. Yeah. So we're gonna have 42.15 minus two bracket 7.515 like that. Over. Oh, it's not gonna let me do that. I should have done it like this. Let me do it again. Put a fraction first. Oh, I could have just done two brackets actually. Anyways, doesn't matter. 42.15 minus 2.7515. Like that. Let me just double check. That looks good to me. That looks good to me. Perfect. Over 7.515 squared, which is like that. Let me just double check. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Perfect. And I get that number there. Yeah. So I'll put this, I'll just screenshot this to be honest. Right. So that is the number. That is for the upper bound. Yeah. Is everybody happy with that for the upper bound? Does that make sense? Yeah. Now for the lower bound, T low, for the lower bound, T low, it's going to equal divide by A minus 2B over B squared. But what boundaries am I going to use? Well, I want this to be as small as possible. The lower one, the formula says that the numerator needs to be as small as possible. So the thing that I'm adding, which is the A, I want it to be as small as possible. And well, because I want it to be as small as possible, the thing that I'm taking away, I want it to be as big as possible, right? So that's going to be up. And then that is going to be up as well because the denominator in the formula says that the denominator needs to be bigger. Yeah. So now we just plug in those numbers. What was the lower bound of A? It was 42.05 minus two lots of 7 point. What is the upper bound of B? It's 7.525 over, and then it's going to be 7.525 like that all squared. Does that make sense, guys? Are we happy with that? Yeah. So now I'm going to put this into the calculator and see what we get. So it's going to be like that there, two, and that's going to be a two like that, and then that's going to be a zero. And let me just double check that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. And what we should expect to get is a number that's smaller, yeah, because this is the lower bound, which it is, yeah. Perfect. So now we've got the upper and lower bound of t, right? What you want to do is ask yourself, right? What would both of these numbers round to, right? Because it says we need to find a suitable value of t. So we need to agree on a number that t can be. So what you're gonna do is just round them, right? So for example, if I round it to one decimal place, right? They would both be 0.5, isn't it, right? So I'm gonna say both round to 0.5 to 1 dp, right? So it could be that. However, you want to be as accurate as possible. So let's do the next one. If I do it to two decimal places, right? Well, that's going to be 0.48. And so will that one, wouldn't it? Yeah. So we can say they both round to 0.48 to 2 dp. So we could say that one. That's even more accurate than 0.5. You keep going. But would this one be to 3 dp? That would be, let me write 3 dp here. Top one would be 0.480, like that, or just 0.48 again. And then this one would be 0.477. These are not the same. So we have to stop here. And the answer is this one, 0.48. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. And then you'd have to say t is equal to, just to finish off, t is equal to 0.48 as both upper and lower bound round to 0.48 to uh two decimal places. Yeah. And that is it. Does that make sense, guys?